I tried to awaken the country, and I failed. I admit it. I apologize to you. I tried very, very hard, but it didn't work. And so, therefore, I do this show every day trying to save you from what Obama's trying to do to you and me and your children and your grandchildren. He's going to use executive orders now to get his way because he tried the legitimate way, the give and take of politics. And they said, yet, no, sorry, not going to work. You're too far off the scale. Most Americans don't want it. They're afraid of you, sir. Go back to Chicago where you came from. We can't wait until you leave. So he said, all right, I'll tell you what, now I'm going to really do it. I warned you that a cornered animal is very dangerous. His little coterie of friends there who are running this country are in a corner right now. They have failed to get their way on virtually anything except in the secret of night. Sure, they passed stimulus bill for Nancy Pelosi and her pals and the bankers on Wall Street. Then they said the bankers are pigs. I love that one. They're the ones who bailed out the banks. Then they said now there's new pitches. Oh, those bankers are real pigs. He's the one who gave them the money. He's the one who bailed out Citibank, not me. I didn't say give them the money. He said it. He gave them the money. Now he's already not their friend. So, look, here we are. So I do this show every day. I'm going to try to alert you to the dangers of Obama and his minions because they're real. You know, I try to evaluate this every night. Like, how real is the threat of Obama and his radical leftist squad? Are they really a threat to the survival and to the freedoms of this country? Or is this just hype in order to sell a radio show and a website? I ask myself this every night. You know, Einstein spent the last years of his life trying to unprove his own theories to show you what a great mind he had. He wasn't afraid to challenge his own theories. Neither am I. I'm not afraid to challenge my own theories about it, my own suspicions about Obama and Rahm Emanuel and David Axelrod. I'm telling you, these are creatures from the Black Lagoon as far as I'm concerned. It's like they've come up to Earth to suffocate us with octopus tentacles and put us into slavery through high taxation, through regulation, through things you can't even imagine they have in their mind. All you got to do is listen to his State of the Union speech to see where this guy wants to go. He wants to grant amnesty to all the 20, 30 million illegal aliens in order to ensure that the next 50 years of America are ruled by a bunch of illiterate people who don't even know what's going on. In other words, these people don't speak the language. So they go, oh, sure, we'll vote Democrat. They're going to give us things. That's unbelievable to me that we sit here like idiots. That's why I quoted Cicero. But what you also don't know is that I'm writing, I think, my last book. I have embarked on a new venture. I'm not going to tell you the title. I'm not going to tell you the theme. I think you can pretty much figure it out. And over the next few months, I will slowly disclose what I'm writing. It's going to be my biggest and most important and probably my last book. And it's my last attempt to awaken you, the American people. I tried it before, and you thought it was humorous. I go to various restaurants, as you know, in San Francisco, and one of them is a very, very inexpensive Chinese restaurant. And the owner, who I think is probably as liberal as any or as nice as people can be, he pulled me over the other day. He said, you know, Michael, you were right all along. He said, we just didn't know it. He said, you were right all along. He said, the illegal aliens, they're not citizens. They're eating us alive. I said, well, Johnny, what can I tell you? I try to warn the people, but they didn't listen to me. And so now even people who are moderate centrists are coming to believe that Savage was right and is right about borders, language, and culture. Even the moderates in the middle have come to understand the danger they are in from this extremist, out of the ken of reality of Obama. This is not an ordinary Democrat. Make no mistake about it. He is not even a liberal by any definition. He is an extremist, a Marxist by every definition. Now, Europeans would understand this. But as I told you, we Americans are rather naive politically. We don't even understand what a socialist Marxist is. I know the word socialist has now resonated because you've heard it from Fox News, because Hemorrhoid copied me. He's a very good student, and he's a very smart baby-faced student, which is good. And it finally got through to everybody. Yes, he's a socialist. But as I first started using this word, you didn't know what it was. I was the first in the radio to tell you he was a socialist. Yeah, oh, socialist. And I love the midstream media says, oh, some call him a socialist. What's so shocking about that? He's a naked, proud socialist. There are about 30 varieties of socialist. They range all the way from the benign to the terrible. Hitler was a socialist. Stalin was a socialist. Pol Pot was a socialist. Those are the extreme varieties of this illness called socialist. Then there are the moderate socialists, those who run Sweden or those who run Germany are modest socialists. Which one do you think Obama is? What do you think he actually is? I think you should be worried, because he's given every indication that he's not exactly the benign form of this particular political disease. I'll be right back.
Savage.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.